All right, Bob. Ellie. All right, Stars fans, we're live at the game here with our color commentator, Ellie Gelman. What's the Founders Christian Academy? Now, if you guys have any audio problems, please feel free to say in the chat. We don't know what we're doing. Sasha, can I have your phone for a second? I need to look something up.
I just want to see if the link is working. What is it on?
YouTube, go to YouTube, go to YouTube. I didn't send it to any chats yet.
Yes, you did. I have it. Oh, fine.
I sent it to you personally.
Yeah. I sent it to her.
All right, guys, we had some difficulties getting to the location. It's currently 3-3 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the quarter. Beren Bugle. I'm going to speak into it. Can you tell me if you could actually hear me? All right, Beren fans, we're just taking care of some technical difficulties. I'm very sorry. We haven't been able to take out all the kinks.
It's delayed.
But it's...
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the technical difficulties taken care of. Now let's get to calling the game. It's currently 6-3 Stars with 6 minutes left in the quarter. Ellie, what are your keys to today's game?
So for each team, I have a few key things that need to happen for them to win. For the Stars, I have that they need to control the post play, as they are a much stronger post team. And they also need to get the bigs in foul trouble for Founders Christian. And the keys for Founders Christian is that they need to play smart.
All right, thank you, Ellie. Now, just for a quick injury update, Ohad Tesler is still out with a lingering knee issue, and Isaac Ateno is out for today's game and is currently at home due to an illness. So everybody prayers for Isaac, but he's actually currently day-to-day, so he'll be fine soon. Now, Gardner has the ball, passes to Diner, and loses it out of bounds. Founders ball. The Founders Falcons are led by their star player number 0, Caleb Baker. Now, according to my sources, he averages around 20 points per game and is joined... Oh, steal by Yanowitz, passes the Diner, and he misses the layup. Ball goes to number 4 for Founders Christian, and he takes it down the court, passes it, but the pass is fumbled. Number 0, Caleb Baker with the ball, dribbling around. Jeffrey Collins, the Beren's lockdown defender, loses footing. Baker misses the shot. Diner has the rebound. What did you think about that possession, Ellie?
That was just great defense by the Stars after what looked like was going to be a broken play and an easy bucket for the Falcons.
I agree, Ellie. So, in some preliminary interviews, I spoke with Beren players about their senior presence, including current senior Ariel Schneider, who's about to check into the game at number 33. They spoke about the importance of the leadership the seniors bring to each game and each practice. Now let's see how that goes about with Ariel Schneider on number 0 currently in Beren Academy's press. Number 12 for the Falcons inbounds it, and Diner is guarding number 4, who brings the ball up the court. I apologize to any Founders Christian fans. I do not have the names of the players with me, but I will try to get that to you as soon as possible. And just a reminder, the score is 6 points for the Stars, 3 points for the Founders Christian Falcons, with 4 minutes left in the quarter. This first quarter is sponsored by A. Bihar. Thank you, A. Bihar. A. Bihar says in his sponsoring, and a foul on the Stars. foul is on number 1, Yisroel Yanowitz. Oh, stat correction. That is actually an offensive foul. I'm sorry to the audience. I missed it. It's an offensive foul number 0. Now, I spoke with the players, and they said one very important factor to the game for the Stars was getting the opposition in foul trouble. The players spoke to me about how the Falcons use a 6-man rotation regularly, and the Stars have a clear advantage in terms of depth. The Stars regularly play up to 11 players, including their 5 seniors who bring a lot of leadership to the team. Ellie, what do you have to say about the Stars' immense depth?
So their depth is something that gives them a huge advantage every single game. And so I'm looking forward to see what Coach Cole will do with the substitutions this game. And hopefully that is advantage for them this game.
All right. Coach, the timeout is taken with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the quarter. It is still 6-3. This quarter is sponsored by Abe Bihar, who says, Abe Bihar rocks. Go, Luis Miguel. Thank you, Abe Bihar. And I apologize that we missed the pre-game show. There was a lot of traffic and some technical difficulties. All right, number 4 passes it to number 10. Number 10 is actually T.J. Baker, the younger brother of number 0, the Founders Christian Falcons star player, Caleb Baker. So this is T.J. Baker. An offensive foul is called on number 1, Yisroel Yanowitz. It's a charge. Now let's talk to the manager of the Beren basketball team, Joe Yellen. What do you have to say?
You know, put a lot of heart into their game. I think we'll come out on top eventually. But you know, the game go either way right now.
All right, thank you, Joey. Now number 0, Caleb Baker has the ball. Caleb Baker, I was told by my sources, averages 20 points a game. He drives into the lane, pulls up for a shot, and drills it. A perfect swish. Beren ball. Yanowitz takes the ball up the court. The Falcons are using a full court press, somewhat of a 1-2-2-1 press. Although that would make 6 players, that's not actually the press they're doing. Diner gets the ball at the top of the key. He's surveying his options, passes to Teller, who shoots and drills a 3. What did you see on that play that you liked, Ellie?
I saw some great ball movement by the Stars, and great ball movement gets you a great shot, and that shot was really good.
All right, thank you, Ellie. Now, Caleb Baker has the ball again. As you may have noticed, he is the real ball handler for the team and takes a lot of the team's success in his own hands. Corner 3 is missed by number 10. The outlet pass to Teller, who makes a good cut. Another cut, shoots a shot, and it misses off of the side iron of the hoop. Number 0, Caleb Baker, takes the ball up court. He's surveying his options right now. Passes it back to his younger brother, T.J. Baker, who loses control of the ball, is in the corner, is trapped, and the ball is stolen by number 23, Noah Diner. He goes up for the layup, and it's good. What did you see in that defensive possession for the Stars?
So I saw that T.J. Baker lost the handle in the corner, and they started to trap him, which is a classic Coach Cole move that is very successful for the Stars right there.
Thank you, Ellie. There is currently 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this first quarter, sponsored by A. Bihar. A. Bihar rocks. Go, Luis Miguel. It is 11-7. The ball is stolen by the Falcons, and it is being taken up the court by number 4. Number 4 drives it. A charge is called on number 4. Noah Diner draws the charge. Now, as you see, number 4 and number 11 for the Beren Stars are about to come into the game. Number 11 being Ariel Diner, and number 4 being Jeffrey Collins, giving a rest to Ariel Schneider and Yisroel Yanowitz, 2 current seniors for the Beren Academy Stars. What do you have to say about these substitutions, Ellie?
It's smart. It's part of Coach Cole's game plan, as we have 5 more players than they do.
You called the game for 5 minutes.
This is just an important part of Coach Cole's game plan. Diner with the ball, pass it to Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey misses the layup, and it is white ball. Okay. A missed layup by Jeffrey Collins. The Stars are now pressing up on the Falcons. Ariel Diner and Jeffrey Collins just subbed into the game. The score is currently 11-7 Stars. And Falcons inbound the ball to number 0, Caleb Baker. Euro step into the lane, misses the layup. Offensive rebound. Number 31 for the Falcons gets the bucket.
It's currently 11-9. Stars are winning. Stars are in blue, Falcons in white. Ariel Diner gets the ball close to half court, pass into his brother Noah Diner, who turns and passes to Jake Teller, who takes a layup and misses. Rebound goes to the Falcons. Falcons take the ball up court. Number 0, Caleb Baker. 20 seconds, 22 seconds after the quarter. Falcons make a shot, tying it at 11. But a foul has been called. The foul will be assessed with a free throw for an and one. There is currently 20.9 seconds left in the first period. Sponsored by A. Bihar. A. Bihar rocks. Go Luis Miguel. Thank you, A. Bihar, for your sponsorship. And he makes the free throw to give the Falcons their first lead of the game, as far as I'm aware. It's currently 12-11. The ref stops the game due to a clock malfunction. The game will be restarted at the ref's signal with 20.7 seconds. And as you see, the Falcons are in their press. What do you think about the Falcons' really aggressive defensive style?
Well, I think the Stars are a little bit flustered because of the press. But as the game goes on, I feel like they will be able to get back into the groove, even with this press.
A travel is called on the Stars. Noah Diner fell on the floor. Now, you could make what you think of it, but did you think that was a travel, Ellie?
I thought he got tripped right there, so I did not think it was a travel, but the refs are going to call what they're going to call.
Yeah, you got to... 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3. Then the clock stops with 2 seconds. The Founders Christian Falcons take a timeout with 2.8 seconds, with the score currently at 12-11. Now, interestingly enough, the Stars are winning in fouls, only committing 1, while the Founders Christian Falcons have committed 5. What do you have to think about this discrepancy in fouls?
I feel like it's not going to be the best move for Founders Christian, as they only have 6 players, and if they continue with this fouling streak soon, a few of their players will foul out, and that will be a problem for them.
Yeah, I agree, Ellie. I agree. Now, one thing I spoke about with our players in our production meetings was Model UN. And now, a large portion of the team had gone on Model UN to New York and had been stuck in New York due to snowstorms. What do you have to say about how this will affect the chemistry of the team? I personally spoke with some players, and they thought it was all mental. They felt bad that they couldn't play for the last game, those that missed the game, including Jeffrey Collins and Noah Diner, representatives of Model UN. They felt bad that they missed our last game, but they thought that it was just mental. They just needed to make sure they were on the same plan as other players. What do you have to think about this?
Yes. Well, I also feel like it will be a mental game for them, but it'll also be physical. They will be a little bit rusty, as they have not been playing in a long time. And after a crushing defeat on Tuesday, they'll have to regain their confidence and win this game tonight.
All right, that has been the first quarter presented by Abe Bihar. Abe Bihar rocks. Go Luis Miguel. Thank you, Abe, for sponsoring our first quarter. Now, the Stars are right now losing by 1. And Ellie, can you please pass me my notebook? This is live. So I spoke with some of the players, and as you can see right now, the teams are currently in a huddle describing strategy. I spoke with some of the players.
Daniel Bugle.
Shout out Daniel Bugle, I think. Shout out Daniel's videos. My favorite 6th grader. You're a real one, G. So as you can see, the Beren coaches, Coach Lewin and Coach Cole, are making adjustments. I spoke with some of the players, and they said the coaching staff prepares us very well for the games. They give us an inherent advantage by helping plan, making game plans for other teams, and in in-game adjustments. And now the Stars are losing by 1, so they're going to need a really good in-game adjustment. What are you thinking they do right now, Ellie?
I think they continue to press, but they also play a little more conservative and not, they've been going for a lot of risky steals, but I think if they're going to win this game, they need to cut back on those
I thought they had a couple open layups that if they would have made, their lead would be, they would have a large lead as opposed to a slight deficit. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, they did miss a few layups, but that's just, I think, is butterflies that they have. And as the game continues, they will, those butterflies will leave.
Another missed shot by Noah Diner. The Stars lose possession. Possession goes to the Falcons. And I just want to quickly shout out Daniel Alou, I think is his name. Favorite 6th grader. The Stars get the ball off the rebound. Ariel Diner makes a great save. Jake Teller takes up the court, passes to Jeffrey, who gives the ball back to number 11. Ariel Diner, younger brother number 23, Noah Diner. Akiva Garner gets the ball, passes it inside, and it's stolen by the Falcons. The Falcons have the ball back. Jeffrey Collins playing up, nose guarding their best player, Caleb Baker, trying to get the ball out of his hands to the hands of number 12. Jake Teller is trapping him. He has to give the ball up to number 22, who gives it to number 10, TJ Baker. The Falcons, the Stars look very confused on that play. Akiva yelling out Ariel Diner for apparently missing an assignment. What did you see right there, Ellie?
I saw that Ariel didn't follow his man, which, and then they had the open 3.
The score is currently 11 for the Stars, 15 for the Falcons, with 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. The Falcons get the ball and shoot it and miss it. Noah Diner with the rebound. Now, Noah Diner set amazing marks earlier this year by scoring 38 points in a single game, the 3rd highest in any Jewish school in all of America. He's going to need a repeat performance to help the Stars win this one. What do you have to say about Noah Diner and his importance to the team in this game and throughout the season?
Yeah, Noah Diner is one of the Stars' best post players. He's going to be a vital part for getting the Falcons players in foul trouble.
Yeah. So the Falcons just missed a 3 that the player was left open, and a foul is called on number 22, another foul on the Falcons, but it is not a shooting foul, so the Stars will get it out of bounds. Yisrael Yanowitz, the veteran leader of the Stars, is making his way to check back into the game, checking in for Jake Teller. Now, I spoke with Jake Teller. Last year, he had broken a bone in his arm, and he had to come back from that horrific injury to play with us today, and he said it only made him stronger. Akiva Gardner with the bucket. It is currently a tie game, 15-15, with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Ellie, what do you have to think? What do you have to say about that substitution you throw for Jake?
It's just another one of those substitutions that Coach Cole thought was important because he saw that Jake was maybe getting a little tired and flustered and he needed to sub him out.
All right, Ariel Diner was just pushed to the floor and the foul was not called. And now Noah Diner has his shot blocked. Falcons coming down the court. Have to stop ball. Noah went for the charge to draw the charge, but instead he defends straight up. Falcons get the ball out of the wing. Number 12 is dribbling, passes it off to number 0, Caleb Baker, who throws it to the corner, number 22. Number 22 got a couple open threes that really helped the Falcons. Number 22 gets the ball back and passes it to Baker, who shoots it from the corner. Akiva Garner makes contact with the shot and affects the shot. Garner coming down the court. He gets tripped up, but is able to pass the ball out to Ariel Diner, who makes the shot. Tie game, 17-17, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. Sponsored by Mrs. Traxler, in honor of her students in her Jewish Essentials class, and in honor of her students staying on the right tracks. Thank you, Mrs. Traxler. Now, it's currently 19-17 after that Falcons made basket. As you can see, there's some subs waiting to come in. Ariel Schneider and Maymoon, two seniors who are both have applied to Yeshivat HaKotel and waiting to get in. How do you think the Jewish education in Beren helps us in tough basketball games such as the one we're currently watching?
I think it's not only the Jewish education. I just think it's Beren as a whole that helps our players through these tough situations.
Now, there's a big whistling match among the referees as number 4 from the Falcons tried to check in when he was not supposed to. So number 10 will take a free throw, and then the subs will come in. And, Ellie, I've noticed a couple players have slipped on the floor, especially from the Stars, while trying to defend. As Coach Cole calls another timeout, what do you have to say about this?
Yes, the court that the Stars and the Falcons are playing on right now is a little different from the court that we have at Beren. So the Stars might have to take a little time to adjust to this court.
Thank you, Ellie. Those of you watching at home, please feel free to write in the chat. What do you think about the sound quality? What do you think about the image quality? So when the next time we stream, we can make it as good as possible for you. All right? Robert, can you try to connect to the Wi-Fi here? Go on your phone and see if you can connect on your own. If you can, I'll do it. All right. With that timeout ending, the Stars retake the court, ready to shoot a second free throw. Can you give me a hotspot? I don't have unlimited. All right, the free throw is missed. The score is currently 20-17 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Stars have the ball, are passing back and forth. The ball gets to Noah Diner, who shoots a three, and it bounces off, but Schneider gets the rebound, and he misses the shot as well. Maymoon tries to track down the player with the ball.
This is not Robert's phone.
Who?
JP. Just say JP.
All right, JP, this is not Robert's phone. The Stars are in a defensive position. Oh, it's JP Jacob Plum. Write F in the chat if JP is Jacob Plum. An offensive foul is called on the Falcons. The Stars get the ball back with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go with the score at 20 for the Falcons, 17 for the Stars. What do you think about the score now, and how do you think it's going to play out over the course of the game?
Well, before we talk about the score, I just want to talk about that play right there. And Ariel Diner is sacrificing his body to get another foul call on number 0.
Very admirable.
And I think that was maybe his second or third foul. And so him not being in the game is going to be a very important part to the Stars' success. And so the score right now, 20-17, a very small deficit for the Stars, and I feel like they'll be able to come back and win this game.
Thank you, Ellie. Now, as you guys just saw, the Stars committed a foul in transition when number 4 got a steal after Maymoon bricked the shot. Now, the Stars are going to need to be more smarter in their shot selection and maintain discipline throughout the course of the game if they wish to get a win out of this. Number 24, Idan Benjamin, just checked in with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in this second quarter, sponsored by Mrs. Traxler. Thank you, Mrs. Traxler. She says, in honor of her Jewish Essentials class, who are always on the right tracks, thank you, Mrs. Traxler. Both free throws are made. The score is currently 22-17. 5-point lead for the Falcons. Stars have the ball. Ariel Diner drives and shoots a layup, and it just clangs off. But they get the steal. Noah Diner puts up the shot, and he misses it. But he gets the ball back at the wing, passes up to Janowicz, who has the ball stolen from him. Falcons get possession. Now, as I said before, number 24, Idan Benjamin checked in. Idan Benjamin, renowned for being related to Dino, owner of Dino's Mediterranean Cuisine. Shout out Dino's. It's a very good place to get a meal. What are your thoughts, Ellie?
Yes, I enjoy that restaurant.
All right. Falcons take a shot, and Idan Benjamin gets the rebound. Stars take the ball up the court. Yisrael surveying his options, passes to the corner to Diner, who fakes a shot. He's taken some threes. All of the Falcons' defense collapsed onto Diner, leaving 3 players on the weak side open, and Yisrael Janowicz takes a shot and makes it. It is currently 19 for the Stars, 22 for the Falcons, with 1 minute and 41 seconds left in this second quarter, sponsored by Mrs. Traxler. In honor of her Jewish Essential students, who are always on the right tracks, thank you, Mrs. Traxler. Now, number 10 takes a shot from the corner, and it clangs off of the rim, but it gets rebounded by number 31. Number 4 gets it and shoots it. And a foul is called on the Stars attempting to get that rebound. The foul margin has been severely flipped in favor of the Stars. From being in favor of the Stars 5-1 to now it's 5-6, almost tied. The Stars give up a shot in the corner for 3 to number 4. It is currently 25-19. I just want to give a quick shout out to one of our viewers. Thank you for watching with us, Dr. Barry Diner. It's currently 25-19, in case you were wondering. Ariel Shatter gets the ball. Ariel Diner takes a shot. Now the two Diners are the kids of Dr. Barry Diner, and they've been playing quite spectacularly this season. It's very something to be proud of, but not on that play when the Falcons score a 3 to widen their margin to 28-19 with 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the Stars could really use halftime. They seem very discombobulated and quite overwhelmed with this playoff game. With 40 seconds left, a foul is called on the Stars. A foul is called on the Falcons, who are in white today. Now the 9-point lead is the largest for the Falcons in this entire game.
The foul was on Beren.
Was it?
Yeah.
They said white won. Thank you, Ellie, for correcting me. The foul was on Beren. I heard white won. I am sorry to the viewers for that incorrect information, and I will try not to let it happen again. Thank you.
Shout out Barry Diner.
I already did.
Oh.
Robert wants me to shout out Barry Diner again. Shout out Dr. Barry Diner. Very, very nice man. The Stars are on defense now, down by 9. Really, they could use this halftime period. What adjustments do you think they should make?
I think that they just need to play tighter D. The Falcons are torching them now with a 3-point shot, and that comes from sagging off your defender, and they need to play tighter defense.
The Stars give up a made basket. Now the score is now 30-19. The Stars are losing by double digits. The players, it seems like none of the Stars want to hold the ball. Yisrael rifles the ball out of bounds over the head of Idon Benjamin. Immediately making a sub, Coach Cole, for Yisrael. He realizes Yisrael, the senior, is supposed to be a leader, is not playing this part. Aaron Ayach, the sharp shooting South American, who was interestingly enough born in Australia. Shout out Aaron Ayach, very nice man. Highly recommend speaking with him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the quarter. But a foul is called before the end of the quarter on Jeffrey Collins. He is not amused with that call. He thought his hands were straight up. Coach Cole doesn't agree either. What did you see on that play?
I saw that Jeffrey did go up to try to block the shot. I'm not sure if it was totally entirely a foul though. So the refs they made their call, and
we could always count on some good partisan commentating from Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Now, for those of you still watching with us, we just want to thank you and remind you that this second quarter, which is coming to an end with these free throws, is sponsored by Mrs. Traxler in honor of her Jewish Essentials class, who are always on the right tracks. Again, we thank you, Mrs. Traxler. To my honorable Chumash teacher, Mrs. Gelman, I regret to inform you, but all of the quarters have been sponsored already. I'm so sorry that you can't sponsor one, but I will give you this shout out. Shout out to Miss Gelman, very good Chumash teacher, highly recommend. Ellie, any thoughts?
yes, Miss Gelman is a very good Chumash teacher, as she is also a very great mother. Thank you.
That's so sweet, Ellie, especially on today, which is Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
Today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone watching the stream.
I agree. So the Stars gave up these free throws to end the quarter. Number 0, Caleb Baker, drains them both. With 0.3 seconds left, unlikely the Stars could do anything. Aaron just gets the ball and chucks it, and it is no good. That concludes the second quarter, sponsored by Mrs. Traxler. In honor of her Jewish Essentials class, who are always on the right tracks, thank you, Mrs. Traxler. Now, I hope you stick around for the halftime report featuring me and Ellie, and maybe an interview or two. Please stick around while we adjust the camera onto me and Ellie. Robert, can you?
Coach is gonna rip them a new asshole.
Can you move? Can you bring the camera so it's? I need to go to the.
Especially the last one.
Move the camera so we're on me and Ellie. Go down there. Joey, can you move? We're putting the camera on us. Can you help, Jonah? Trying to get the camera on me and Ellie for the halftime.
No, I can do that.
Polly.
Sit down.
All right, welcome to the halftime show, sponsored by Abe Bihar. Thank you, Abe. He says, Abe Bihar rocks. Go Luis Miguel. And in the halftime show, he asked me to say, this is in honor of my favorite general studies principal, Mrs. Sedano. Now, to help us analyze that first half, we're going to bring in Beren female star, Tali Miller. Tali, please come into the broadcast. Tali, what did you see in that first half? What do you see in that first half?
To be real with you,
We're in the
Danny,
middle of an interview.
I saw some things that really disappointed me, but we did fight hard, and we really tried our best. There were some missed layups, but it's probably just the basket. So
I do agree. I saw a bunch of missed layups that had the Stars made, it would not be the deficit that it is now, which is 13 points. What else? What are you looking forward to in the second half? How do you think the Stars are going to improve? And Coach Cole, we spoke on the broadcast, makes good adjustments. What adjustments do you think he's going to make?
I mean, when Coach Cole brings out that clipboard and draws up a fun play, you know that the Stars are about to destroy. Yeah. So I'm hoping that after the schlumping that's going on right now in that double-doored room, the Stars will come out with some fire and will come out ready to win.
All right. Thank you, Tali. Now, you are on the girls' basketball team, correct?
That is correct.
When does the girls' basketball team play their playoff game?
We play Tuesday night. Be there at Beren Academy. I almost said UOS. It's not at UOS.
It's not at UOS, guys. Don't go to UOS.
We do not have a basketball court at US. Please do not come to US for the basketball game.
You can come for Daven.
You can come for Mincha and Marv. Around like 5:30, 5:45.
All right, Tali, anything else you want to say to the people out there?
Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Tali.
My pleasure.
Now we are going to interview some Beren super fans. First, we're going to have up into the set Natanya Rubin. There's not enough room in the camera for both of you. I'm sorry. Jonah, you have them both right now? All right, guys, what did you see in that first half?
All of it. All of it.
All right, nice. What do your signs say?
It says, that's my sister. And
Jake and Isaac's numbers.
Jake and Isaac, even though I don't think Isaac's here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Isaac.
That's here in spirit.
Isaac, when we updated our injury report, Isaac Catena was listed as out with an illness. He is currently day-to-day. And Ohad Tesler is still out with his devastating knee injury. He'll be back in a couple weeks. Prayers up for Ohad. What do you guys think about that?
I think it'll really hurt our team tonight,
yeah.
but I think we can pull through.
Yeah, I really, Ohad's,
confident.
I think Ohad's presence is really bringing the team some spirit and koach for this game.
All right. Do you guys have anything you want to say to the people out there?
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Cheer
and,
for our sisters.
Yeah, cheer for the sisters. Have your Beren spirit. Bring the mob.
Bring the mob, please. Bring the mob.
From your own household, you can even bring the mob.
Yes. Watch the live stream.
Do it.
Thank you, Gabri and Natanya.
No problem.
All right.
Daniel.
Ellie, do you have the notebook? I have the notebook.
I would like to.
All right, now for just some first half analysis. What? Now for some first half analysis. It looked like the Stars were a little bit intimidated out there after that playoff matchup. What do you see out there with nerves and how the Stars have been handling it?
I feel that, yes, they do have nerves because they're not playing at home, and even if this is a neutral site, it's still not what they're accustomed to playing in our Beren Academy gym. So that's one reason why they might be a little frazzled, but also another reason is the pace of the Falcons have been very fast, and I don't think they were ready for that in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I spoke with some of the Stars, and they all told me that the X factor in today's game would be Noah Diner, number 23 for the Stars. They said that his importance in the post would be crucial for the Stars to get this win, needing him to tire out the other team who was very thin at the post position. He hasn't had a game that we expected after seeing his 38-point game a while ago, which doesn't mean he's playing bad, but it means he isn't playing what we expect from one of the best post players currently wearing the Beren jersey. What do you see from him today?
Well, in the beginning, I saw that he was playing very well and drawing the fouls that the Beren Academy Stars need. But towards the end of the first quarter and the second half, he was subbed out for a large amount of that time. And he also is not being as aggressive as he was before. So I think for him to continue on what he did when he scored 38 points. And in the beginning of this quarter, he needs to be much more aggressive.
You guys can't see this right now at home, but right now, with 40 seconds to go until the second half is scheduled to begin, the Falcons from Founders Christian are taking shots, keeping themselves warm, and the Beren Academy basketball team is nowhere to be found, still in the locker room. Clearly, Coach Cole was unhappy with some of the strategies in that first half and is trying to make some adjustments to come out better in the second half. Do you have anything you want to comment on how they could be better in the second half? As you can hear, the Stars are emerging from the locker room, much to the happiness of the Beren student body that have made the trip. Thank you to the Beren mob for coming out. Robert, please set the camera. And with that, the halftime show brought to you by A. Bihar, who says, A. Bihar rocks, go Luis Miguel. Ms. Adano is my favorite general studies principal. Thank you, A. Bihar, for generously sponsoring that halftime show. Now, if you are watching at home and wish to interact, just either comment in the live chat or text Ellie Gelman. We will be responding to questions, comments from the fans. Now, the start of the third quarter is upon us. This third quarter is sponsored by Mrs. Sedano, who also sponsored our pregame show, which had to be canceled. But we thank you, Miss Sedano. Miss Sedano, Beren's best upper school general studies principal. So the ball starts with Founders Christian, who drive, give it to number 12 in the wing. Number 4 has the ball. He behind the back to get in the paint and throws it out to TJ Baker, who lines up a 3 and misses. But number 31 got the made it. What did you see on that rebound from number 31?
I saw that he was in the right position.
Did you think it was much of an over the back, considering he had no position and just reached over the Beren player?
I did not. The over the back is that you have to be touching the player for it to be called, and I feel like he was.
Akiva Garner drills the halftime 3 to cut the lead to 12, 34 to 22. Now, I spoke with Akiva Garner in our production meetings, and he told me that he was very sad that he had played his last game in Beren Court at senior night earlier this month. He said he was very sad that it was over, but he's not done playing. He wants to keep his Beren career going, and that could only happen with a win here tonight. What do you think, Ellie?
Yes, I was at that game of senior night, and they played very hard, but it just wasn't enough to get the win. And yes, hopefully they win this game and he continue his career.
The ball goes out of bounds. It is blue ball, meaning it is Beren Stars ball. Beren is still losing by 12, 34 to 22 with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left in this third quarter, sponsored by Miss Sedano, Beren's preeminent general studies principal. Now number 4 gets a steal and shoots a layup, but misses. The ball careens out of bounds, and the ball is given to blue. What did you see on that steal from number 4 from Founders Christian?
Well, number 4, as I've been watching this game, it seems like a very athletic kid, and that was just a very athletic steal he had right there.
I want to thank Barry Donner for his generous commentary, asking the Stars to stop turning it over. Thank you, Barry Donner. Now the score is now cut to single digits. Beren Stars 25, Founders Christian 34. Yisrael Yanowitz with the steal, kicks it out to Kiva Gardner, who shot fakes and goes into the paint, shoots a shot, makes the shot, 27-34, cut the lead to 7. Timeout, Founders Christian. The Stars have outscored Founders Christian in this quarter 8-2, and are going to need to keep this up to maintain a competitive nature within this game. Ali, what do you have to say about that?
Yes, they've been playing much more aggressive in this half. Like I said before, if they want to win this game, they need to keep playing aggressive.
I want to welcome to the stream current Beren player who is out sick, Isaac Ateno. You're in our prayers, Isaac Ateno. Get well soon. And I just want to, on the subject of Isaac Ateno, the band Subpar Bets, which Isaac Ateno is a member of, will be soon releasing their new single. Ellie, what do you have to say about the band Subpar Best and their new single?
I'll come in the next one.
I'm very excited about their new single, and I can't wait for it.
All right, back to the action. Founders Christian inbounds the ball after that timeout. The coach saw something he didn't like. Number 4 brings the ball up the court, guarded by Noah Diner, number 23. He's dribbling around. Kicks out to number 12 at the top of the key, who goes in motion. The ball is being passed back and forth. Their Founders Christian's clearly trying to get the ball into the paint. The 6'2 guard, number 0, Caleb Baker, order number 31, their preeminent post player. The ball careens out of bounds, and the ball is given to White off of Akiva Garner, the senior, and one of the co-captains for the Beren Stars. Now, I spoke with Akiva about his role as a captain. He said he and Yisroel, as the co-captains, play a very important role for the team, each doing their own thing. Akiva is a silent leader. Akiva is the vocal leader, setting the tone and riling up his teammates, while Yisroel is a silent leader who leads by example, inspiring their players to improve their play every game. What do you think about Yisroel Yanowitz and Akiva Garner's leadership?
Yes, they are great leaders, but they're very different. Akiva is a much more vocal leader, while Yisroel is much more silent, but they both are great leaders and they both do their job.
Jake Teller drills a corner 3 to cut the lead to it seems like it was not a 3. I've been corrected by my statistician, Robert Gateno. Thank you, Robert Gateno. The lead is currently 7. Founders ball. They shoot the shot, make the shot, and the foul. Number 31 for Founders Christian with the bucket. The score, I am incorrect. I'm sorry. The score is actually 38-30. It seems that they did give the Stars that 3-pointer. And the bucket is good. 39-30. Currently a 9-point lead.
I know. Elon wanted us to interview Eli, but he was not here today.
Thank you, Elon Bogomoni, for tuning in and being very active in the chat. I regret to inform you, but Eli Katz is not currently here. Yisroel Yanowitz turns it over. Jake Teller and Akiva Garner getting back to be primary defenders, and the ball careens off number 0 into the possession of the Stars. The Stars almost lose out of bounds. Akiva saves it, but right to number 0, who runs in, makes the layup to make it 41-30 in this third quarter, sponsored by Mrs. Sedano, Beren's favorite general studies upper school principal. Akiva Garner gets the ball to win and shoots a 3 and misses it. Rebound goes to the out of bounds, actually. Subs are coming in. Ariel Diner is checking in for Yisroel Yanowitz. Now it's very interesting. Number 10 for the Falcons is brothers with number 0. They're Baker brothers, TJ and Caleb Baker. And number 11 for the Stars is brothers with number 23 for the Stars, the Diner brothers. What brother duo do you think is more important?
I think both duos are great players, but I think that when the Diner brothers are playing at their best, they are much better than when the Baker brothers are playing.
I agree, they're almost unstoppable. Now, as you saw in that last play, Jake Teller got a steal and proceeded to get fouled by a Falcons player.
Yeah, we're getting answer Barry Diner's question. Dr. Oberman next quarter.
Dr. Oberman will be coming onto the broadcast next quarter, so stay tuned. Akiva Garner drills the 3 to cut the lead to 8. The Stars are playing a press with Jeffrey Collins and Ariel Diner. Jeffrey Collins, I spoke to some players. All of his teammates were very, very quick to say a good word about Jeffrey, saying he brings so much intensity for the Stars. A foul is called on number 31. Ball to the Stars. Coach Cole, as you can see, making adjustments in-game, trying to get his players at the top of their ability. Coach Cole doing a great job. Beren ball currently 41-33 with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in this third quarter, sponsored by Miss Sedano. We thank you, Miss Sedano, our favorite general studies principal for the upper school, and frankly, a friend of the Beren student body. Noah Diner makes the shot to cut the lead to 6, 41-35. Now, Ellie, your mom teaches Chumash and Navi at the Beren Academy.
Not Navi.
What? She used to teach Navi.
Yeah.
What book do you think the Stars should be reading right now to get inspiration and improve their game?
I think they should be reading Shmot, as that's what we are learning in Chumash class right now.
I agree, Ellie, because Shemot shows the Jewish people enslaved in Egypt having to overcome it all, only to become the chosen people of God, getting the Torah and all of the mitzvot. Noah Diner gets the inbound, gets forced almost out of bounds. Passing to Kiva Garner, who scores 37-41 Stars, a 4-point deficit for the Stars. Kiva Garner gets a steal, and it is immediately... And he makes the shot after the fact. Very good job by number 3, Akiva Garner, the senior, who plans on attending Yeshiva University for college and studying to become a lawyer. He is very inspired by the American justice system, and hopefully he can enact justice on the Falcons and bring the Beren Stars this win.
Great joke, Danny. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well, Ellie Gelman. All right, Ariel Diner at the top of the key, dribbling, running the offense. Beren trying to set up their offense. Timeout goes to Coach Cole. He did not like what he was seeing. Needs to make an adjustment. Now with 2 minutes left in this third quarter, sponsored by Ms. Sedano. Thank you, Ms. Sedano. You're very generous, and we love you as a student body. The score is currently a 4-point game. The Stars have scored 16 points this quarter, and the Falcons have only scored 9. What do you have to say about this second half from the Stars?
Stars have been playing much better this half than they did the first half, and they need to keep the intensity up. And yes, that's all I have to say.
Isaac, thank you for enlightening me to check your texts. I am currently using my phone to live stream this game, but I appreciate your watching, and I appreciate you being a good, proud member of the Beren Stars basketball team and the Beren Stars Model UN team, where you won an honorable mention. Just kidding. You won Best Delegate in the Maritime Committee for the Beren Stars. Thank you, Isaac Ateno. We are much missed at the current game. By the way, for those of you who are texting in the chat, I don't actually see the chat. I'm just being told the important messages by my cameramen, Robert Gateno and Jonah Schneider. Thank you to those two. The ball is given to the Stars after the timeout by Coach Cole. Ariel Diner shoots a spot-up 3, which careens off the rim, but the rebound is fought for by Noah Diner. Dives on the floor and gets the ball. What a great hustle play by Noah Diner. Coach Cole calls the timeout to retain possession and now wants to drop a new play for the Stars. What did you see out there with the hustle of the Beren Stars?
Yeah, it looked like that number 4 was going to get the rebound, but then Diner jumped on it and they got the ball, and now they have the possession.
I agree, Ellie. Now, Coach Cole, it seems he's made a lot of adjustments. As you can tell, the lead has shrunk immensely. What do you think has been going right for the Stars this quarter? The third quarter, sponsored by Ms. Adano. Thank you, Ms. Adano.
They've just been playing better and smarter basketball this half. More aggressive, more intensity.
This message is for Isaac Gateno. If you have a message for Ellie Gelman, please text Ellie, because I cannot see my phone right now. It is currently in use, live streaming this mischak. Now, with 1:35 left in the quarter, the Stars have 37. The Falcons have 41. Inbounds goes to Garner. Passes to Ariel Diner, passes to Jake, who drills the 3. 1-point game. 40 for the Stars, 41 for the Falcons.
Isaac? Do you want to interview them?
Isaac, I appreciate you wanting to do an interview. The foul is not called. Akiva Gardner attempted to draw a charge. Ariel Diner sacrifices his body to save the ball. The Beren fans are in an uproar, expecting a foul to be called, very angry. Now the Stars have the ball, ready to take the lead after being down by 12 earlier in the game. It is currently 41-40. A 3 gives them a 2-point lead. A 2 gives them a 1-point lead. Akiva Gardner goes in and makes the 2. It is 42-41 Stars. The epic comeback has been completed. A foul is called on the Stars. Ariel Diner raises his hand, seeming to take credit for the foul, not wanting any of his teammates to get in foul trouble. Fouls have not been as much of a problem this quarter, with 3 on the Falcons and 2 on the Stars. With 42 seconds left, the Stars are leading 42-41. The ball goes to number 12 in the corner, who shoots a 3, careens off the top of the backboard. Ball goes out of bounds. Beren Bugle. What do you have to say about that play, Ellie?
Great defense by the Stars right there.
I agree. This game has got really crazy. It is reminiscent of this week's earlier game featuring number 2 Duke University and number 16 Louisville, in which Duke had to overcome a 23-point deficit to get the win at Louisville. What do you have to say about that game and how it compares to this game?
Yes, I was watching that game live, and I just saw their intensity in the game for Duke.
The Stars make the bucket. A beautiful dish from Noah Diner. That last play, I just want to say, was beautiful. The Stars get 2 more points. They are in uproarious celebration. Dr. Overman has come onto our set to discuss for a few minutes. Dr. Overman, what have you seen from our Stars?
This is an incredible comeback. I cannot believe how amazingly they're playing. Defense, offense, such an exciting game. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, the broadcast team has likened this comeback to that of Duke against Louisville early this week, in which Duke came back from a 23-point deficit. How would you compare the 2 games?
This is even better of a comeback.
This is even better because we've got Kippur. Shout out to the Jews.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, Dr. Overman, what else have you seen that you liked?
Just the crowd noise, the support from everybody. Even when we're down, the crowd's going crazy. So nice to see the Stars love.
All love from Dr. Overman. Thank you, Dr. Overman, for coming on the show.
Thanks for including me.
We appreciate Dr. Overman. And that is the conclusion of the 3rd quarter, sponsored by our favorite general studies principal, Mrs. Raquel Sedano. Thank you, Mrs. Sedano. We appreciate you. Now, the score going in to the 4th quarter with 8 minutes left is 44 points for the Stars, 41 points for the Falcons of Founders Christian. Now, Ellie, how do you think this 4th quarter is going to play out?
I think that the Stars are going to keep their lead, and they're going to come out with the win.
That's a bold prediction. Now, the Beren fans who made the trip, the quote-unquote Beren mob, are in uproarious applause after that exciting end to the last quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up in this next quarter. The ball is inbounded to Ariel Diner, who takes it up the court and passes it off to his teammate Jake Teller. Currently in the game is Jake Teller, Noah Diner, Jeffrey Collins, and Ariel Diner, and Akiva Garner. Jake shoots a shot, doesn't hit the rim, but Noah Diner, still ever hustling, fights for the rebound. Rebound goes to the Falcons, who take the ball up the court. Jeffrey Collins tries to draw a charge, but it's a foul on the floor. Basket is made by the Falcons. It is currently 44-43. Falcons with a chance to tie the game. Ellie, what did you see in that play? Do you think it was a charge?
No, I think he was in the restricted area, and I don't think they should. I think they made the right call.
Yeah, I agree. It seemed to be like his feet were in fact moving, but he made a great effort, like all of the Beren Stars have been today.
Let's go Stars.
Gabby Coverman tells us let's go Stars. Gabby Coverman, the star of the Beren Academy girls basketball team, along with Eliana Rubin and Tali Miller. Where are you going to go to seminary next year, Gabby Coverman?
Midreshet Torah V'Avodah.
Beautiful.
Also known as Bnei Kiva, which is sponsored by Beren Academy.
We thank you for your service to the Beren Academy, Yeshivat Beren Stars. Thank you very much, Gabby Coverman. All right, back to the action. 44-43, a free throw being taken by number 4. For Founders Christian. This could tie the game. 44-43, Stars in the lead, and the shot is good. 44-44. With 7 minutes and 30 seconds left of this game, do you think this game's going to come down to the wire, or will one team pull away?
I think it's going to come down to the wire.
All right, Jake Teller is trapped, but is able to get the ball out. Akiva Garner, they seem to be trapping the players at the top of the post. Ariel Diner tries to cut in and pass it to Garner, who passes it in to Noah Diner, who takes a shot and misses it. Rebound goes to number 4. Now, we talked earlier in this game that the most important player for the Falcons will be number 0, Caleb Baker. But number 4, I regret not knowing his name, has played great, and I commend him for his effort. Number 10 from the corner, drills the 3. Founders Christian retakes their lead, 47-44. Stars have the ball, can tie it with the 3. Ball is lost, but Jake Teller gets it back. Ball goes Ball goes into the backcourt. After this steal by the Falcons, they are unable to retain possession. Ball goes back to the Stars. Ellie, what did you see in that possession?
It was great effort by both teams, and number 0 had the ball, and he just threw it a little too hard, and backcourt on the Falcons.
Noah Diner goes in with the ball, and they call it travel. It seems like there was some confusion among the referees. One was waiting to call a foul, but the referee on the far side of the court called the travel. Referee calls the ball back for the inbounds. Seeming to be some argument. The score is currently 47-44 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Sponsored by Abe Bihar. Thank you, Abe Bihar. Abe Bihar rocks. Go Luis Miguel. Thank you, Abe Bihar, for sponsoring this fourth quarter. Now the Stars are down by 3, and a foul is called on Jake Teller. I didn't see much contact. What did you see?
No, that was a horrible call.
The refs are making stuff up.
I don't think the refs are making anything up, but I thought that Jake was in the right position.
It was some fat baloney if I do so myself.
Now, the Beren upperclassmen, and another 3 is made by Founders Christian. Number 10 seems to be heating up. Number 10, TJ Baker, younger brother of number 0, Caleb Baker. The lead is currently 6 for Founders Christian, 50-44. Stars have lost their momentum from the previous quarter and are now facing a tough deficit. Noah Diner gets the ball in the paint, shoots a shot, and misses. Is hounded by Founders Christian players. The Beren crowd is raucous. Number 0 shoots it and drills it. Coach Cole is furious and calls a timeout. 9-point lead for Founders Christian. 53-44 with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Sponsored by A. Bihar, who says, A. Bihar rocks. Go Luis Miguel. This one is for Ellie. Ellie, what do you have to say about that sponsor?
Abe listens to a lot of Luis Miguel, so I'm not surprised that he would shout him out in his sponsor. So yes, go Luis Miguel.
So the lead is currently 9 points with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left, as Coach Cole has called this timeout in anger at the Stars' current predicament. Now the teams both seem to be very streaky. What have you seen back and forth within this game?
Well, I saw first it was the Stars, then it was the Falcons. Then the Stars came back, and now the Falcons have came back. So by the numbers, it looks like the Stars will be making a comeback, and hopefully they could keep the comeback and win the game.
Now the lead is 9, but you have to remember it was a 3-possession game. Founders made 3 threes from the Caleb and TJ Baker brother duo, who are the lifeblood of Founders Christian. Now the Stars face a deep hole, but luckily they have the Beren mob in their back pocket here to support them. What do you have to say about the Beren mob?
It's been great. It's amazing that they came all the way out here to see the game, and it just gives the Stars more inspiration.
The ball goes into Diner, who is under the hoop, has to try to make some space for himself, and is unable to, misses the shot. Ball goes to Founders Christian, who are able to take a double-digit lead with a score right here. Ball goes in, and number 31 makes the basket to raise the score to 55-44. 11-point lead for Founders Christian with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. 31, the big man, gets the steal, but immediately turns it over out of bounds to the Stars. Number 31, the biggest big man for the Falcons, has played great this game. Has been very important, especially considering their thin bench. Now with this game winding down, the Stars have been able to substitute very often, and the Founders Christian Falcons have not, as Noah Diner hits a big 3 to shorten the lead to 8. Founders Christian airballs a 3, but the rebound goes to 31, who has a shot furiously blocked by Noah Diner. What did you see at that defensive stand by Noah Diner?
That was a great block right there. It looked like 31 was about to get the rebound and just put it back up in the basket, but Noah made a great effort and blocked it.
All right, thank you, Ellie, for that commentary. Founders Christian has the ball and misses the shot. Rebound goes to Garner. We could be seeing a momentum swing right here. A player tries to draw a charge, but clearly can't. Or I have seen a lot of players falling, much more than in games I see at Beren. Maybe it's the court, maybe it's just nerves. Number 10 for the Falcons is called for the foul on number 3, Akiva Gardner Sr., who is a good friend of the Beren Bugle community, being a staff writer and member of Up High Down Low. Now, I want to remind you that this fourth quarter is brought to you by Abe Bihar, who says, "Go Luis Miguel, Abe Bihar rocks," and for this quarter only, he wants us to say, "This one is for Ellie." Thank you, Abe, for sponsoring the broadcast. The score is currently 55 for the team in white, the Falcons of Founders Christian, 47 for the team in blue, the Beren Stars, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. 4 fouls for each team, so foul trouble doesn't seem like it's on the horizon. The Stars fans are still having a blast despite the Stars blowing the 3-point lead that they had at the end of the third. And it seems like the nerves won't diminish anytime soon. Ellie, do you have anything to say about the current course of the game?
I think that even if the Stars still have their nervousness, they could still win this game. So now the score is 55-47 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let's see if the Stars can pull out with the win.
All right, I want to thank our momentary sponsor, Robert Gatano, sponsoring on behalf of his Big Babo brand merch line. Thank you, Robert Gatano. We appreciate your support. Jake Teller inbounds the ball to Noah Diner, who fakes a 3, crosses the court to Janowitz, who fakes a 3 himself. Jeffrey Collins falls to the Stars at a disadvantage. Noah Diner pulls up a 3 and misses it, but the rebound goes to the Falcons, who push the ball up court with our high-paced offense, and the shot is taken and rebounded by Jake Teller. Jake Teller, who is renowned for being a very good guy, the sister to Natanya Rubin and Gabby Kupferman, and frankly, for just being an all-around bucker. So we worked together on our sign graph project in math class. Shout out Jake Teller.
He's an all-around buffer.
All right, guys, me, Robert Catano, CEO of Big Babo Brand. I'm just going to give a shout out to my company real quick. Go follow Big Babo Brand on Instagram. I just want to give a little shout out to our merch. We're selling merch now. We have a link in the bio. We're selling t-shirts and stuff. Go Big Babo Brand. Let's go Beren.
All right. While we had that small commercial break, the Stars scored again. Akiva Gardner with the layup, and then got a turnover from the Falcons on the other end, but then turned it over with a bad cross-court pass. What have you seen from the Stars on offense in this quarter?
I feel like in offense this quarter they've been playing okay, but defense, that's where they really have not been playing well.
The Stars seem to be on the verge of a comeback with the game currently sitting at 55-49. Stars losing by 6 with 3 minutes left in this game. And this could be anyone's game, really. The Founders Christian Falcons want to slow the pace, maybe waste some time. Now, in high school basketball, there is no shot clock, so they could take as much time as they want. A charge is called. Akiva Gardner is so surprised, thinking his feet were set. Number 4 is writhing in pain on the floor in agony. It seems as though he was injured in his groin, I'm going to say. I want to keep this clean. There's some bad influences around me. As the Beren Stars who appreciate our opponents, the Founders Christian Falcons, we hope he feels better and is able to return to the game. Number 4 has played great. What have you seen from number 4 from the Falcons today?
He's been playing very well, yes.
Unfortunately, he had to come out of the game after that injury, bent over in pain after that collision with Garner. Now the ball inbounded to the Falcons. The Stars are trying to press, trying to get a trap onto the Falcons to force a turnover. They can't afford to give up many points with so few time left in the game. The ball is missed by the Falcons. Ball goes to the Stars. Janowitz passes off to Teller, who gives it to Garner, who throws it to Gordon to Diner, who shoots a spot-up 3, and is fouled. Despite missing the shot due to the foul, he will get 3 free throws. Now, with the score at 55-49, down by 6 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds after this fourth quarter. That foul could give the Stars 3 points, cut the lead in half. Now, maybe, I don't know if you guys could hear this, but Coach Cole is audibly screaming at senior guard Akiva Garner, saying, and I quote, "How do you not know the play? The 4-year-old girl over there knows the play." Now, Coach Cole has been known to use tough love with his players. We, as the AV Club and Beren Bugle working in conjunction, have noticed Coach Cole has done a great job over the years, and he clearly seems very vexed at Akiva Garner messing up at what seemed to be the play he had drawn up. Noah Diner misses the first free throw, and it'll be very important that he makes the next one for the Stars. What do you think about Coach Cole's beratement of Akiva Garner?
I think Coach Cole only does this for the best of the kids, so I think it's good.
I actually agree. Noah Diner misses the next free throw. It seems that they only gave him 2 free throws. I apologize to the viewers out there for that mix-up. Yisrael Yanowitz guards the ball from way up court. Noah Diner also taking the ball. Number 4, as you noticed, is back in the game after sitting out for a possession after injuring himself in a collision with Garner. The ball gets thrown to the corner for an open 3 for the Falcons, which is made 58-49 Falcons with 2 minutes left. Teller shoots a 3 and misses. It rolls off of the back iron. The lead is currently 9 for Founders Christian. The Stars are not looking too good with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. The Stars had a chance to come back, but Noah Diner missed both of his free throws, and they proceeded to give up a 3, which will be very significant coming into the last home stretch of this matchup. Ellie, what are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing that the Stars are getting maybe a little bit tired and just not playing as well as they were in the beginning.
The shot is missed, but rebounded by 31 for the Falcons, who makes the shot to make the score 60 for the Falcons, 49 for the Stars. The lead is 11, an almost insurmountable lead for the Stars with 1 minute and 10 to go. Yisrael Yanowitz misses the 3, and Ariel Diner is immediately subbed in for him. Coach Cole is hoping to give a spark off the bench. A timeout has been called. Ellie and I will discuss this further. Now, Ellie, the Falcons fans are cheering, and the Stars fans are quiet. How do you think that has happened? How do you think this these events have led up to this conclusion that we're at with 1 minute and 10 seconds left and an 11-point lead for the Falcons?
I just think that for the Falcons, a lot of things went right for them, and they played very well. And for the Stars, while they played well, they just didn't play as well, and it's tough to see them in this situation right now.
Yeah, I feel like what I've noticed from this game is a lot of streaks. Stars getting the lead early and then getting the lead at the end of the third. Falcons at the end of the second and now at the end of the fourth, taking very, very large leads against the Stars. And I think it's just unfortunate that the Stars are in this position, because really this game the whole time is going to come out to who was hottest last, who had their hot streak last. And it seems that the Falcons are going to have their hot streak last. The Stars are down by 11 with 1 minute 10. They would need to score a point per minute and give up no points to send it to overtime. A point every 10 seconds. Excuse my math. I am so sorry to the fans out there. We encourage you to stick around to the post-game show where Ellie and I will break down today's action from your Beren Stars. The ball is inbounded, and out of bounds is called on number 4 for the Falcons. It is Stars ball with a chance to cut the lead to single digits with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Only 2 seconds went off the clock before a turnover. How important do you think that is for the Stars' chance of coming back?
I don't think they have such a great chance of coming back. It does not look good for them right now.
Now, for the Stars to make any sort of comeback, time is going to be of the essence. And although they got the steal with 2 seconds, they just wasted 7 seconds to force another out-of-bounds play. They're going to need to score quick here if they want a chance to come back. Garner has the ball under 1 minute left, 60-49. Keller shoots it and misses the shot. Rebound goes to the Falcons. The Diners are playing a good press defense, but a foul is called on number 11, RL Diner, with 47.6 seconds left to go in this last period. Sponsored by Abe Bihar, who says, Abe Bihar rocks, go Luis, whatever Luis's last name. This one is for Ellie. And I feel from the bottom of my heart pure sadness to see the looks on the faces of the seniors at this potentially being the last game of the Beren career. A block by Garner with 43.3 seconds gets the ball on the out-of-bounds line for the Falcons. Yisrael Yanowitz, a 4-year starter, and the various other Beren players who are currently seniors who were very important members of the Stars throughout the years. We're sad to see them go, but we're happy that they were here and helping the Stars. 2 more points for Founders Christian, 62-49. Jake Teller shoots a quick 3 and misses it. Rebound goes to Noah Diner, who kicks it out to Garner, who shoots a 3 and misses it, but gets fouled. 3 free throws with 25.5 seconds left to go. Now, I spoke with some of the Stars that are seniors before the game, and they told me that they are very sad that this is the last season. But they see the future of the Stars in the right direction. Now, I don't know if you at home heard that, but fans from the other team, while Gardner is shooting free throws, are making strange noises, which is very unsportsmanlike considering they are up by 13 points. They're trying to make him miss his free throw. Garner makes 1 of 3 to bring the Stars to 50 points, 62-50 with 20 seconds left to go. Foul is called on Garner. One of our sponsors, Robert Catano, standing next to me, owner of the Big Bobble Band merch company, remarked, the fan making noises during free throws was, and I quote, disgusting and unsportsmanlike, end quote, saying that it was not right for him to make those noises when the Stars has such a big deficit, and we're just trying to cut it up to a normal margin. Let's see what the Stars fans do in response. In response, Stars fans attempted to make a comparable noise, but it had no effect comparable to that of the Falcons fans' noise when number 4 makes that free throw.
We lost because Isaac's not here. Dang.
Would you say that on air?
Isaac, if you were here, I'm not trying to blame you. If you were here, we would have won.
And if Ohad was not injured?
Yeah, those are some hot takes. It is a very sad thing to see the Stars going out. The careers of seniors Akiva Garner, Yisrael Yanowitz, Jeffrey Collins, Ariel Schneider, and Noah Moon are coming to an end. We had a great run, boys. We hope you do well in the rest of your careers. Garner makes a buzzer beater. Garner makes a buzzer beater to make the final score 66-52. I want to welcome you to the post-game report featuring Beren Bugle senior editor Daniel Gross and Robert Gatano.
Here we go.
We already spoke about that. So with this loss, the Stars season comes to an end, a sad, sad end. They had a great run, finishing the season 14-14, including today. It's sad to see them go, but remember, they will be playing at Sarachek where we can watch them. What do you see from today's game that we're unable to help the Stars get this win?
You know, honestly, the other team really quieted our crowd down. We lost our momentum, and we really lost it all. They iced us really well. They took back the lead. They solidified a great game there, and, you know, they got us out of it. They got our heads out of it.
Yeah, so again, I want to thank you for joining the post-game report, sponsored by Abe Bihar, who says, Abe Bihar rocks, go Luis, whatever his last name is, the singer.
Luis Miguel.
Luis Miguel. Thank you, Abe Bihar. Your very generous support is thanked greatly. Now, the Stars players are milling out, sadly, after having lost this crucial game. Their TAPS 1A season is over, but fear not, Stars fans. For those of you who want more Stars basketball, they will be going on the Sarachek Invitational Tournament for Jewish high schools. You can watch them then. I unfortunately will not be there to broadcast it. You'll have an inferior broadcaster, but we still encourage you to watch. Final score 66 Falcons, 52 Stars. Very, very sad day. And I just want to take a moment to reflect upon the careers of Beren's 5 graduating senior boys. Akiva Garner, co-captain with Yisroel Yanowitz. Important contributors, Ariel Schneider, Jeffrey Collins, and Noam Moon. Now Akiva is a natural leader, always propelling the Stars to success. Yisroel Yanowitz leads by example, always calm, cool, and collected, and making the smart, right decision to show the younger players on the Stars. Jeffrey Collins, described by his teammates as the Robert and Beren Academy's energy man, always brings maximum effort to every play, something that is admirable by even the opposition for the opposing team. Noam Moon, who dealt with severe injuries to his knees throughout his Beren career, but was still an integral part for Beren's success. And Ariel Schneider, a leader both on the court and off, whose commitment to the team and to his passion for Judaism is admirable, and we salute him. What did you see from our graduating seniors?
I thought that for all 4 years that they played in the high school, they played very hard, and it's a very large commitment to be on the basketball team, and they really were committed to it. And I'm sad for them that their last game had to end like this.
Now, one thing I asked co-captain Yisroel Yanowitz in our pregame meetings was, as a senior, with this being potentially his last game in a Stars uniform, how he thinks the Stars will fare next year, losing 5 very important role players. And he told me the future is very bright. The Stars have a good young core of players, including the aforementioned Isaac Atena, who's out with an illness, the Diner brothers, including Noah Diner, who scored 38 points in the game this year, 3rd highest among Jewish schools, Aaron Ayach, the sharp shooting South American, who is very kind and well-liked by all of his peers, Jake Teller, the son of a conservative rabbi who we all respect and love his sign graphs, and Jeremy Morgan, the Detroit Lions fan. What do you have to say about the future for the Stars?
I think this year was our year to win, but even with the seniors departing, I think that we still have a very strong team and that we will still be able to win games.
Now I want to thank you for sticking around during this post-game report, brought to you by Abe Bihar, who says, Abe Bihar rocks, go Luis Miguel. Thank you, Ellie Gelman, for being on this with me. It did seem that the Stars were a little bit discombobulated out there on the court. This could be as a result of their tiredness, frankly. Many of the Stars' important players, including Jeffrey Collins, Aaron Ayach, and Noah Diner, had to go on the Model UN trip to represent the Stars, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Isaac Ateno is actually out in this game because he got sick over the trip. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you, Isaac. And it was tough for the Stars to play to the best of their ability. And the Stars had a chance taking the lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. But it was all too much. The well-rested Falcons were able to take advantage of the Stars' fatigue. And the Stars ended up losing a tragic, saddening game. Ellie, do you have anything to say about this?
I just want to say that I think that the roles were reversed. It was supposed to be that the Falcons would be tired and that the Stars would be well rested. But Danny, as you mentioned, it was the total opposite. That the Stars were tired towards the end of the game, while it looked like the Falcons just had more energy, and that's really what the game came down to.
Now let's talk for a minute about attendance. Just from the naked eye, I saw a very good amount of Stars faithful. The Beren mob did show up, in part due to the bus that was rented to transport students from the school here. But it's sad to see that even though we did so well, we were much out-represented by the Falcons, who brought practically their entire student body that you could hear cheering as the Falcons emerged from their locker room. For both teams, at times, this neutral site matchup felt anything but neutral. How do you think the fans played a part in today's proceedings?
I think that even though we brought the mob, the Beren mob, they just had more people
Eliana
in the game, so that was also a big factor.
Eliana Rubin. All right. So I want to thank all of the people who came onto the show. We are unable to bring a guest on the male team, but we'll bring Eliana Rubin as a guest onto the show. Everybody, Eliana, you're a graduating senior.
You don't have a car?
What do you see from your fellow seniors out there, and what do you think about their final game in a Beren uniform?
Well, they worked really, really, really hard, and I'm really proud of them. They really had an amazing third quarter, and they did what they really tried. They really did.
Now, we want to thank you all for tuning in to this post-game show, sponsored by Abe Bihar, who says, Abe Bihar rocks, go Luis Miguel. This will conclude our coverage. For those of you who want to re-watch this at a later time, will be available on this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. We make a lot of content that we at the Beren Bugle Up High Down Low team work very hard on. And we will work to provide more live streams for various other games. Oh, Isaac Ateno is here. Isaac, did you watch the live stream?
Oh, you're like behind when I'm watching it. Yeah, I watched the live stream.
What do you think about the live stream?
I thought it was good. This is really weird because I'm like behind on the. Okay, I'll just pause it. I thought it was really good. I just wanted to say I'm proud of my Stars. Our ability to come back and fight. That team looked really good. Sad I couldn't be there. Yeah, we're really going to miss the seniors. So I plan on putting in work over the off season. Hopefully the rest of the underclassmen, Aaron, Diner included, we're all going to put in some work, and we'll come back next year. We're going to be stronger than ever. Dance with my dogs. All right.
Okay, as a rising senior, how would you say the outlook for the Stars looks? I know you said people are going to put in work, but how do you think we're going to do next year?
Well, we're still going to be in 1A, which means the competition is still going to be pretty easy for us. I think we're going to win the majority of our games. We'll still have Southwest, who will most likely be number one in our district. So we'll probably be in the same place next year. It's going to depend on our team chemistry.
Feel better.
Thank you. And I also think it's going to have to do with the work that we put in the offseason. So I need to become a shooter. Aaron, who's currently a shooter and a great defender, he's going to have to learn to dribble the ball. He's going to have to be a better ball handler. And Diner's just going to have to be a leader. He already is, but he's going to be the best player on the team, and he's just got to be able to take us to wins when we need them. So that's my report.
All right, thank you for joining the show, Isaac. We appreciate you. We wish you a refuah shalema. Feel better, buddy. We hope to see you tomorrow at school, where we'll be having a blast in Miss Traxler's class, who sponsored our second quarter. Thank you, Miss Traxler. We hope to remain on the right tracks. We want to thank all of our sponsors, who were Miss Sedano, Abe Bihar, Mrs. Traxler, and Robert Gateno for your generosity. We also want to thank Mrs. Gelman for offering to sponsor. We regret that we had no space for you in our sponsorships. We appreciate you, Miss Gelman, and Ellie appreciates you even more. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you, Ima.
All right. So again, this probably will conclude our post-game proceedings. We want to thank you for tuning in. We want to ask you to like this video and subscribe to this channel, because we work very hard to produce content. Big announcement for those adults watching. Next year, me and Rena Schwartz, who unfortunately was not able to attend due to her college visit, have started an AV club at Beren, which seeks funding so that we could live stream all of Beren's basketball games for the parents to watch. Now, this is a ridiculously immense undertaking. We might have to settle for just a portion of the games, but we want the parents, teachers, and students who can attend to still support our Stars. So we thank you all for tuning in. Good night, Laila Tov. Shabbat Shalom. Refuah Shalema Tzchak Ateno. Good night.